What's up guys, my name is Khan and we're back today with more Scrap Mechanic, and today we're looking at something that's really more just to prove that I was able to actually do something, and that is this camera controlled tank APC here. So you can probably already tell that that turret on top is actually aiming wherever we point the camera, and a lot of people have been bugging me recently to take a look at making some camera controlled stuff. So before this video starts, if you guys do have any camera controlled ideas, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. I know a few people were saying after I did the ball wheel cars that I should make one that's just camera controlled and just goes in the direction that you're looking, but I figured we would try and work out how to do the camera controlled stuff using the orientation block here from the mod pack. So really quickly, I'll show you guys a really simple demo. All we've got really is a turret that, just like any other turret we use with the Intelligentsia mod, is being controlled by a scripted object, and instead of being controlled by a block that points towards the player, this one's actually controlled by the player camera. So it's a really, really cool thing, and all we gotta do is have a turret here that has, you know, one bearing in one direction and another bearing for the pitch direction. There we go, we've got two. And we'll put a couple motors down, one for rotation and one for pitch. And then we need to put an orientation block on it. Now, this block will try and basically align itself with whatever we tell it to. So we can tell it the world, the player, the tracker. We want to give it the camera. And then we take that, feed it into a couple of math blocks, and put one for rotation and one for pitch, just like this. And it should pretty much be good to go, actually, if we just give it some speed here, maybe a little bit more speed. And it should, you can see, line itself up with wherever we're pointing the camera. And of course, we can adjust the speed to make it go a little bit faster. Yeah, it might be too much. Let's just, there we go. Really cool stuff, and of course, by using that, we can do all sorts of crazy things. So it's really, really neat that we can do camera controlled things, and I'm really excited to hear what your guys' ideas are. In trying to figure out how all this works, I actually decided to make this awesome sort of flamethrower tank APC thing. Now, it pretty much just looks like a box on wheels, but I'm pretty happy with how it is. It's got, you know, this small little hatch on the top, and it does use the polygon mod pack. I was really sick, honestly. I've been building a lot in Stormworks, and I was really sick of not having the inverted corner blocks here. So, you know, we've got the sloped pieces in Scrap Mechanic Vanilla, but we don't have the inverted corners to fill out those edges, and it was really, really bothering me. So I kind of gave in and decided to use the polygon mod pack to make a cube that looks slightly more rounded than a regular cube. But anyways, it's a pretty simple armored personnel carrier. Now, I didn't give it any sort of steering. I did want to try out also doing tank drive systems with just a couple of those stepper motor smart engines. Derp actually corrected me and told me they are called smart engines in the mod pack. I call them stepper motors just because I like the fact that you can control the angle, but made this awesome little flame APC tank thing, and it's got, you can see 6 seats here in the back. Each seat has a button to control the firing on the turret because it seems to always track the player. And I'm not sure how this works in multiplayer. Is it the host player camera maybe or something? I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure someone can let me know in the comments how that exactly works in multiplayer. But I figure if in case you're in multiplayer and, you know, your friends are in the back and they're taking up one of the buttons or whatever, then everyone's got control of the flamethrower. So really simple. In the driver's seat, it's kind of cool. You can see when we get out of the driver's seat, the hatch closes. So you have to come back in the back each time, but I thought that was just a neat little feature on a piston. And then of course you got just the little head poking out there. It works kind of great with this skin. I'm not exactly sure how it works with the regular dude, but I figure, you know, he'll still have his little face poking out. But really cool stuff. And of course the turret is camera controlled. You can press 1 to activate the flamethrowers. I made that entirely of non-flammable materials. But of course, 1 activates the flamethrowers, and then 2 can close that back hatch there with just a simple button. Now, of course, this is an armored personnel carrier, so everything on it is fireproof except for the tires. So you got to kind of make sure not to burn your own tires. But it's really simple. It drives with WASD, and apparently that one's just way too fast. It's still freaking out trying to figure out what's going on. It's really unfortunate. It's very obnoxious to try and use the camera-controlled turrets and aim up. So I'm trying to aim the turrets up so you can kind of get a better look at them, but of course you can't because the whole creation gets in the way. They don't tip down all the way. They do have a hard limit, so they will always, you know, just kind of rest on the surface of the armored personnel carrier. But it would be really, really nice if you could actually, you know, aim them up and not see the creation. Are our tires on fire? Oh man, is this really? Go out. Get out. We'll make it up. No problem. Perfect. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not the tires. Oh, what's on fire? Whoa, 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 whoa. Does logic burn? Wait, what? How is it on? Oh my goodness, are you serious? All the sloped pieces burn? All the polygon, I didn't paint that. Oh my, I didn't even realize all the polygon pieces burn. I thought it was just the tires. Why did the well, this tank is, that's, I didn't realize the polygon pieces burn. Just logic can't burn, right? Why is this door not working? Is it, oh, the controller burns. Oh, perfect. So controllers burn, logic doesn't, the polygons burn, the tires burn. Well, that tank's useless. Let's get a new one. All right, so we've got our new tank here, and you know what? We'll just help speed up the process on the old tank. We'll just give it some more fire. I didn't realize all the slope pieces burn. That's kind of unfortunate. I wouldn't have made this out of all the flammable pieces. So I guess you got to be really careful when you're using this tank not to actually, you know, light yourself on fire, because that's kind of a bit of a problem. But really, really cool stuff. Of course, we've got some, you know, wooden tanks over here, which we were going to test out. I mean, I guess we don't really need those anymore. We can just light this. That looks so cool when it's burning. But I mean, pretty cool stuff. I'm super excited that the camera controls work. There's also a bunch of other options on the mod pack orientation block. There's like player tracker and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people were asking to do like homing missiles with flak and stuff. And I was doing that with the Intelligentsia mod and then using, you know, player imitator blocks to sort of eject them as flak. But with the player and tracker, you could actually have it track two different things. So we could put trackers on the missiles. They would show up on radar. And then, of course, with the players themselves, you could have the missile only target players, but actually be trackable by anti-aircraft stuff. So really, really cool what you can do with that orientation block. And it pretty much functions the exact same way as the Intelligentsia mod, except it uses number logic to actually give you number values. And it's actually putting those values into the WS and AD converter, which in turn turns the motor in one direction or the other. So it's a little bit different, but still a really cool concept. And that tank is probably still drivable, to be perfectly honest, if we could get in the back door. I wonder if it's, the wheels haven't burned yet. So I thought wheels were all flammable, but are they just, no, they still haven't burned yet. They're all on fire, but they're not burning. So maybe it's just something with the modded wheels. Is it still drivable? Oh, it is, perfect. It's still, oh, it doesn't shoot though, and it can't turn. Okay, so a bunch of the logic's kind of gone. I know a few of you are probably wondering how the tank logic actually works. Derp does have a video on his channel, and I'll actually post a link to that video in the description down below. And he does go through a tutorial on how to set up tank controls with the logic from the mod pack, as well as how to do some camera controlled stuff. So if you are curious, I will link you to that video. It's really, really simple to do the tank controlling with just a single bearing. So with the logic motors, you can do it one of two ways. And if you use the WS and AD converter, they either output a 1 or a -1 signal, I believe. And you can just kind of feed that into the motor. And if it's a regular electric motor, it'll actually flip the direction of it forward or backwards. Or you can use the smart motors. And what I'm actually doing with this tank is controlling the speed value of each smart motor. So as the motor goes forward and backwards, when I press W and S, it's actually just giving the speed value and it's multiplying it by the direction I want to go. So when we rotate, stuff like that, everything works out great. And the cool thing with the camera controlled turret, you can see as we rotate the tank, the turret still aims, well, it's trying to aim where our camera is. We rotate faster than the turret, unfortunately, but really, really cool. And of course, we're just going to torch this entire wall. Now, there is, of course, this issue. Derp was saying the one thing I should do to fix the whole camera in front of the vehicle is actually put the orientation block on its own bearing so it's slightly offset from where your camera is, and that way the turret kind of works better. But still a really awesome build, and I'm really excited to read your guys' suggestions for what other camera-controlled things we can do. I mean, I just thought of a flame APC. Really, I just wanted to make sort of a cube vehicle and not, oh my goodness, it shreds that tank so fast. But yeah, I don't exactly make artistic looking tanks, so I figure I just make a nice cube tank just to test out how the controls work. And actually, if you look at it, it's not a whole lot of logic to get this whole tank setup done with the camera controls and everything else. And I did it in a much more complicated way than Derp shows how to do it. This is excessive, and really I just did this so I could get direct control over the exact speed that everything was moving at. But you can do this in a much easier way. Of course, we can always change out the flamethrowers to be popcorn launchers, so we can just, you know what, we're gonna have to put this on the lift because it's gonna keep rotating. So there we go. We'll just drop this on the lift, and it's too tall. It's really, oh, there we go, perfect. And we'll grab our popcorn launchers. Now, I will upload this to the workshop with the flames, obviously, just in case you guys want to check it out, rip it apart, and see how the logic works. It is a really cool vehicle just to use, but that one's actually still burning. That's absolutely awesome. But it is, of course, fully equipable with different weapons. And why do they not go the... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. I thought those would explode on impact. They're just... Nope, they don't. They don't. They're just... It's the most useless weapon. When all else fails, you just need a bigger cannon. Here we go. Watermelon. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's exactly what we needed. Look at that. This is amazing now. Oh my goodness. Okay, we need the camera shake is so obnoxious. All right, we got one tank left to kill here. It is very hard to keep this tank under control. It's a little bit aggressive. Look at that. Absolutely destroyed in about 3 seconds. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I will upload the original with the flamethrowers to the workshop, and I'll of course include the link in the description. I think it's a really, really cool tank. Holy cow. Okay, well that was quick. Yeah, this doesn't really work without the flames. Can't aim down enough. But of course, I'd love to hear what you guys think about the camera controls in the mod pack and what things we can do with them. I definitely want to make some camera controlled turrets. Not exactly sure about, you know, camera controlled rockets, but I feel like that would be really, really cool as well. And, you know, maybe some camera controlled planes, kind of like the War Thunder control system where you point your mouse where you want your plane to go. I mean, we could do stuff like that as well. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And while you're at it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.